Transmitting live via satellite.
Zebra.
Food.
Okay, so we're sitting here with Snob Scrilla. He's been kind enough to grant us an interview for the site. Plenty of things on his schedule, so we definitely appreciate that.
All good, man. All good. Thanks for your time, bro.
So let's get right into it. Let's start off with the name. The name definitely stands out as something interesting, something you don't see every day. So explain, please.
Yeah, well, the name came. The name really came from the whole premise for this whole project. It was basically this project started out as a side project, and it was just because I was feeling kind of stifled creatively. Because I come from a hip hop background, so I was doing things very purist and songwriter. I do a lot of pop stuff, writing for other artists and doing production for other artists. And so I think in both of those lanes, I was just kind of feeling stifled with what I was doing. And as a music lover and listener, I listen to a lot of different things, and those influences weren't really getting a chance to come through in the rest of my work. So I wanted to just do a project that I could use as an outlet to creatively be able to let all those influences kind of, come through and actually be seen and affect my work. And so the whole idea for this project was to do something that had no market goals. It kind of had no, quotas that we were trying to meet sales-wise. It was basically just a creative outlet that was pretty much going against, I think, a lot of the models that a lot of people are implementing now to make music. So the whole Snob Scrilla thing it was just to snob the cash and just do something that was purely for the creative sake. Okay,
I got you. So it's sort of like thumb your nose up to the paper aspect of the money. The music industry.
Yeah. And again, like people get it twisted sometimes, and they think, okay, well that means everything is going to be like acoustic shows and poetry spots.
Right.
And it's not about that. It's just saying music-wise, like when I was going into the creative, aspect of making the album, I didn't want the music to be affected by tailoring it for a certain market or trying to make it, more marketable or more applicable to a certain niche or whatever. It was just I was going to do whatever the hell came to mind and put in any influences that I felt like doing, and that was going to be the product instead of trying to, manufacture something for sale.
I got you. So it sounds like you're talking about creative freedom somewhat or something like that. Okay.
Yeah,
Speaking of your creativity, you come from an interesting background, and I did as much research as I can, but I'd rather just let you go into that. We know you are in Fresno. I know you're in Fresno right now, but there's certainly a lot more to the story. Would you want to just delve in that?
Yeah, well, I was born in the Bay. I grew up in San Jose.
Okay.
And my dad's Nicaraguan, and my mom is from the States originally. And so I had that mixed background in the house, and I think because of that, I was always I was a little bit outside of the all-American boy kind of mentality. So then we moved to Fresno as a family in about around high school, something like that, around junior high school. And when we got here, it was very different to the Bay. The Bay is pretty forward thinking and liberal, and Fresno is not. Fresno's the opposite. So I got here, and I was here for about 5-6 years, and I was just kind of going a bit crazy and ready to break out. And I think because that was building up, by the time I was ready to go, I wanted to go as far as possible. So I ended up moving to Sydney, Australia.
I feel you. Okay, all the way to the far. You couldn't get much farther, basically.
Yeah, exactly. I think I graduated, man, and it was like a couple weeks later I was on a plane and going, because I had been dying to get out. And I had been to Sydney before. I've been to a lot of places, and I was thinking of a few different places, but in the end, Sydney won. And when I got there, I was just going to study initially. I wasn't going for music or anything. But when I got there, I kind of had these different influences like I was talking about, and I started to really like where I was getting to creatively, and I saw a lane for music there that people weren't tapping into. Maybe if I was coming from a different background or whatever, I had a leg up, but decided to stay and pursue that, and I've been there for 7 years now doing that.